Nobody wants to be pressured into actually buying something, but you can empower them, right? So what does that mean? Let's go through it again slowly. I've empathized with the customer. I understand you. I've asked the right questions. I figure out what you want, what's the occasion, so forth and so on. I also understand your personality style. Then I went over to the educational piece, right? You ask questions, I answer them, so forth and so on, right? Now, the last part is, as you're moving in, trying to get them to commit, because that's what this is about. How do you get buyers to buy? How do you get them to commit? You have to empower them to make a decision. So here's what I mean by empower. You don't want to force people into anything, right? So what I like to do is offer options. So for example, let me erase this right here. For example, what I typically tell people is that if you offer somebody two options, right? Option one, and let's say option two. This one costs this much, and this is the smaller priced one. When you offer somebody two options, they're typically going to move here, right? That's what we found. Science shows that when you have two offers, like this could be 20,000, this could be 10,000, because people are unsure, they'll go with the smaller option, right? That's the brain mitigating risk. That's how our brains work. Now, something interesting happens. If I put a third option here that's much more expensive, this is 30, let's say this is 20, this is 10, the majority of people will always go right here in the middle because they're trying to mitigate risk. It's the way the brain works. Now, if you don't believe me, go to Wendy's, go to Starbucks. They always have three options. Why? Because they know that the majority of people will choose the one in the middle. That's where their biggest profit margin is. This is known as the Goldilocks Effect, right? In other words, too hot, too cold, just right. So here's something else to keep in mind. Something interesting. Let me erase this right here. They did an interesting study. They wanted to see if they can move people over price points. Did you know that if I put one here at, let's say, 25,000, because I close the economic distance between these two, which is 5K, most people will consider one of these two options. So just something in terms of psychology.